What's up, y'all? This Paco. I just want to drop my take on this classic Piers Morgan, Alex Jones debate. That shit had me balling. That shit was so funny. I swear to God, when Alex Jones lost it there in the beginning, I almost hit the floor. That shit was so funny. But, so first thing is, that's a little positive because it's going to have people talking for sure. But anyways, I wanted to give my take because, if you go on the internet, going through Facebook, obviously, if you got as many friends as I got and people that are, most of them are in the movement, you're going to see a lot of people giving their take, and you got the side that is upset with Alex Jones for going up there acting crazy and getting all emotional and just ranting and making us look crazy. And then you got the side, the people that are loving Alex Jones now. People getting back on the Alex Jones bandwagon now. They hype. They glad somebody went up there and stuck it to the man, so to speak. They feel like the media has been disrespecting us for so long, and people go up there and try to be respectful and try to be nice, and all they do is play us, and so someone needs to stick it to them and yell at them and not be nice, so to speak. So I just want to say that I feel both sides to an extent. I feel like both sides are wrong, but I do feel both sides to an extent. I feel like we need to understand that this is a chess game. We got to play to win. I'm all about infiltrating the Republican Party, not because I love the Republican Party, but because I understand that this is a chess game. It's politics. We got to get in there and take it over. So it's the same thing when you're debating. Same thing when you're getting on the media. We know this is the enemy. You know what I'm saying? We know these dudes are mafia dudes, or criminals, or or they're just puppets for the New World Order. We know that. We understand who we're talking to. But we also understand there's an audience of sheeple watching us. And they don't know that. I think Alex Jones said somewhere in the debate, why don't we get a boxing ring, or we'll box or fight it out or something? I mean, something along those lines. Like, what does that do? Who does that help? Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Alex Jones beat the shit out of Piers Morgan. You know what I'm saying? But what is that really going to do? Talking like that doesn't get us anywhere. So, at the same time, I'm not saying we need to be nice and, just pretty much kiss their ass or whatever. We do need to have a fire in our belly, so to speak. But at the same time, we need to be smart about it. I would remind everyone, take a look at how Ron Paul debates and how Ron Paul speaks. Now, I would be one of the first to argue with you that I think Ron Paul's a little too nice, and I think he should have got a little upset or a little bit more angry or loud in some of them interviews he got on. But at the same time, look at how he plays it. He goes up there, he debates, he gives the facts, he shuts down their propaganda in a respectful way, he lets them speak. And what happens? They end up playing themselves. They end up playing their hand. They end up looking stupid. They have to resort to name calling, or, basically the sheeple can start to see that, hey, this dude is being disrespected. He's so nice and so calm and speaking so well and telling the truth, and look what they're doing to him. And this makes me want to check him out. This is how Ron Paul won so many people over, by being humble and making them show their hand. That's why Ron Paul was so hard to become a target and so hard for them to take down, because he was just a gentleman with it. He smiled in their face, he shook their hand, but at the same time he exposed them. And that's how we need to do it. Again, I would argue Ron Paul could be a little more tougher, but at the same time, going up there screaming and ranting and not letting Piers Morgan speak at all is not going to do anything for you. Now, I will also say that I much rather this debate have happened than not have happened, because somebody's going to Google those words and facts that Alex Jones said. So somebody's going to wake up. He is going to capture some minds. So I do think it was positive. I wouldn't say that I would take that debate back or wish it never happened, because we are going to get some plus out of it. But at the same time, I just think it could have been handled a lot better. I think we could have, got a lot more further with it and exposed Piers Morgan even more than Alex Jones did. Let Piers say his propaganda and then shut him down. And what's going to happen? He's going to resort to name calling. He's going to resort to calling you names and having to belittle you and do things that's going to make him look bad. That's going to make him look worse. It's going to make more people want to sign a petition to deport him. You know, it's going to make more people want to think twice about gun control and gun ownership in this country. You know, but when you just go up there sounding crazy and going wild, you know, imagine what the sheep are going to think, you know? I mean, they're either going to look at it like it's entertainment and laugh at that shit because it was funny, or they're going to brush it off and not Google or pay attention to anything Alex Jones had to say. And if anything, agree with Piers. So, you know, that's how we got to look at it, man. We got to understand that, again, this is a chess game. We got to play to win, and we got to be more smart about debating. And those of us that are in this movement, those of us that are trying to wake up people that's in the Ron Paul movement, part of the Republican Party, trying to infiltrate at all levels of politics. We got to become better debaters, and part of that is listening. Let them speak. Let them talk. Again, we both know Piers is lying about a lot of shit. We both know he don't have a lot of facts to back up his case. So when you let him speak, he's going to run out of shit to say, or he's going to just say shit that's going to be easy to rebuttal, and it's going to make him look worse. And so that's how I would have played it. I went up there, shook Pierce's hand, what's up, man, gave him the fake smile, the fake smirk, and I would have played his ass, you know, just everything he would have said, I would have knocked it down, boom, boom. You know, you want to talk about guns kill lives? Well, what about the lady that just killed an intruder or saved her kids with a gun? If you want to talk about guns kill lives, I'm going to tell you about guns that save lives. You know, just go tit for tat. Go tit for tat and just beat them round for round. Just take them out. You know, there's no reason to go up there ranting and screaming. And if you don't listen to Alex Jones' show, that's kind of how he acted. Like it was one of his listeners. You know, like you ever listen to one of his listeners call in, Alex Jones rarely lets you speak. I mean, he just goes so crazy. He's so emotional and so wild up. And again, part of me loves it. Part of me was rooting for him the whole time he was screaming on Piers. I mean, 1776. Oh man, that shit was funny. I can't say I didn't like it, but again, man, I'm just saying it could have been handled a lot better. Remember, it's a chess game. We gotta play to win, man. We gotta win the hearts and the minds of the people. Study those like Ron Paul that have waken up millions. You know, even people that don't like Ron Paul can't even hate on him. They don't know what to hate on him about. You know, Alex Jones makes it a little bit easier. He's a nut job. He's crazy. You know, and I'm not saying he is, but that's how he comes off. So, and you got some people that think Alex Jones is just CIA and he's part of the whole thing, and who knows, man, he could be, but I just say, you know, don't trust no one, not me, not Alex, not Ron Paul, not anybody. Just trust the truth, you know. The truth is what's going to set you free, and as long as you stick to that, and you don't got to worry about what anybody is. If Ron Paul or Alex Jones or anybody is Illuminati, it don't matter. It'll eventually come out, and they'll play themselves. But all that matters is what the truth is. And that's what we got to stick to. And as long as we do that, it makes it harder for them. You know, it makes it harder for them, you know, to win. You know, the whole time, you know, if you let Piers speak for a moment and let him talk about, you know, these kids that have been killed, and it would have given Alex Jones a chance to come back and say, well, what about the drone attacks that have been killing all the kids in Pakistan that have been getting killed? What about that? I don't see you speaking about that. You know, if you're so worried about these kids, why don't you honor their memory and talk about what really happened that day and explain why the media is not talking about the second shooter or their second suspect or a possible third suspect, and how there's so many holes in the story, and how a rifle was supposedly was by Adam, and then all of a sudden they said it was found in the trunk, and first it was 3 guns, now it's 4 or 5, or I mean, the story just keeps on changing, and that's what I would have brought up is, you know, come on, Piers. If you really care about these people, why are we addressing what's really going on and try to get to the bottom of this? And again, it could have been handled a lot better. So I'm out. That was my little 2-piece on it. Hopefully I'll be back on the radio soon doing my thing. I'm just out here trying to... This economy is real, man. Life is real. I'm just doing what I got to do to get by. But hopefully y'all hear more from me. But anyways, if you haven't checked out the debate, check it out. Just make sure you ain't drinking or eating nothing, because you're going to be cracking up hard as hell. And you guys get at me. Tell me what you think. All right, peace.